Guys, today I got most of my stuff that I need to build my forge with, so I'm gonna get started on a little bit on that today. I'm gonna tack everything together as much as I have uh, with a brand new welder that I just got the other day. I went to do a video on that, but I haven't had a chance to do one on that on the reveal of it. So hope you guys can see me this morning. I added a little bit more light into my work area so you could see me a little better, because I know it was kind of dark in here, but we do have some of the pieces together that we're going to tack together today, and we're going to get started on this thing. I know I've been promising that I was going to do it, and haven't had time to get to it. I have other things come up, and had to do those, and we're going to get started on today, Lord willing, and I just want to thank God for this day, and before we start out, and give Him praise, honor, and glory today, because He is He's the only thing I need in my life today that's going to bring me through this world, and because He is my Redeemer. And I've said it before that He is the author and the finisher of my faith. So I give Him praise today and thank Him for all that He's done and all that He's going to do. So with no further ado, let's get started on tacking these pieces together. And what I'll do is I'll turn off the camera and switch it around so you can see what I'm doing with some of these parts, and I'll show you the process I'm going to go through with them. So hang on tight. These are some of the angle irons that I'm going to be using, and with these pieces, these are going to run down. These longer pieces will run down the top of the bricks, because the bricks are going to be. Actually, just let me get a couple of those bricks, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with them. If I can remember where I put them at. So just hang tight, guys. Okay, I got the bricks. Now, as you can see, I got 6 of these going on right now, but I got 6 more of them down in my lower shed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these in just the way you see them, but there's going to be 2 more on the other side, which will cover up the whole side of the forge. So it's going to be 2 blocks this way, and that angle arm that I showed you, this piece, will run down the perimeter of those blocks, like so. And then my blocks will be on top here, of course, which will cover with this piece along the top of the block, and then we're all tacked together. Tacked together here and here, and then the actual block will be on top here to make the top of the forge. And these will run across. I'm actually going to use those to bolt everything together, because I have long shank bolts that I'm going to cut and bring down to the bottom. And this same framing will be on the bottom of the forge also. So once I get all this together, I should have a decent forge, and I may cut this piece out so I have an opening on the front of my forge. Or I may just leave it open. I don't know yet. I may just put a flat piece across the top. But we'll get to that when we get to that end. Right now I just want to get some of these pieces tacked together, because I need to cut 2 more pieces of this one. I only have 2 cut right now. But it may take a couple of days to get this forge done, but once I get it done, it's going to be nice. And then along the top here, I'm going to have 1 block here, and then there's going to be a piece of metal runs through here and here, and then come out on the end with a block. The metal is there because I need to drill holes through there in order for the pipe to come through for my gas to get into the forge. Hoping that will be sufficient enough, and it's still going to be hot enough inside that forge. But all this will be lined with a fireproofing, a fire retardant plaster, which will be able to create more heat inside there, and it won't mess the blocks up, which I haven't got that yet, but eventually we're going to get that, and then we'll coat it all before we put it all together. So that's the beginning of my forge, and I hope I explained that as best I could, but that's my plans with it. Lord willing, we can get through this, and it'll be a lot better forge than what I have down there. And actually, I want to make a platform to put this forge on also, but that's somewhere down the road. Right now, I'm just going to place it on top of some cinder blocks that I have down there. Hopefully, that'll be sufficient enough for right now. Hopefully, it won't be too heavy that I can't move it around, but I want to make this thing to where I can dismantle it and move it different places if I need to. So, no further ado, we're going to get started. And I have to clean up some of this metal so that the welder, so it'll be able to weld, because it does have a lot of rust and paint and stuff on it. But I'm not going to go through all that process with you. And we're just going to, I wanted to just throw out a short video today on showing what I'm going to do with this forge and how it's going to come out. So there you go. There's the gist of my forge, and hopefully, well, what I'll do is I'll tack some pieces together and I'll come back to you and I'll show you what I've done with those pieces. So just hang tight and here we go. Alright guys, I got everything clamped up here, and you want to make sure that this is square, because if it's not square, it's not going to fit correctly on those bricks. So I got everything squared up. All we got to do is tack weld it together for right now, and once I get everything tack welded together, we can weld everything permanently. So right now it's tacked. It's ready to be tacked. It's clamped up and ready to be tacked. So I'm going to turn this camera off and then we can tack it all up, and then I'll come back and show you. Alright guys, I got it. I'm not the best welder in the world, like I told you. But it's been 30 years since I welded. So I got it welded the best I could. It's tacked together, and we can clean a lot of that up with the grinder. So and now we got to do is attach the other end on this side over here, the long piece, so it creates the box that we're looking for. So let's undo all this, get our other piece ground down, and it's where we can weld it together, and we can go from there. So hang tight guys. Alright guys, got this side welded up too. Like I said, not the best welder in the world, but I'll clean it up with the grinder, and but it'll hold. It'll hold for what I need it for. I'll just clean it up with the grinder or something, and we'll go from there. This is the first part of the frame. We're going to add the back piece to this, and that'll be the top half of the forge. And once we get all that cleaned up, and I'll show you how it fits on the actual forge itself. So we're going to go back to tacking the other side on and get it welded up too. Hang tight. Alright guys, I got it all welded together. Does it make more sense now? With the actual frame together. Let me get this. I'll pull it up off of there so you can see it a little better. Actually, you can see that. If you can see that, the frame, which goes onto this piece, just hang tight a minute, guys. Okay, if you can imagine what it's going to look like, I can stand back here far enough so you can see it. The frame and everything up on the top, on the sides, and these actual bars. This actual bar will go along here, and the bolts that I have are going to go down through here and bolt up on the bottom, which will have the same frame on the bottom to hold everything together as tight as we can get it. Because these are the other actual arms that go on the bottom. I just haven't cut the smaller pieces yet. But good start to hopefully a decent forge. I'm not going to do too much more for it today because I got to cut some more metal out, and then we can go from there. But that's it for the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this morning, and hope you got a feel of where I'm going at with my forge. And like I said once before, I'll show you what I'm going to put along the top, because these will go in here to replace like 2 of the bricks, which I had to cut them down to the size of the brick. And my pipe will come through here, which will be the blowers for the forge, which for the gas to come through and heat the forge up. So we're going to drill holes in the middle here, and we're going to weld a small piece of pipe in there for the other one to mount into, so I can take it off when I need to. And what it will do is it'll mount in here, it'll stick just inside the forge a little bit, come up out of here, extrude up probably maybe 2 inches, and I'll have bolts, 3 bolts on the sides to tighten the other bar up when it goes down in, to clamp it in, so I can remove that if I need to. Which it's going to turn out pretty good once I get everything done. Like I said, my welding's not too good, as you can see. As you can see on the side of here, it turned out okay, I guess. I mean, after I ground it down, and only gonna get better with that, because it's been like 30 years since I've welded, so it'll come back. So we'll just bear with me. We'll get this thing put together and we'll get it done. Appreciate you guys coming with me on this build, and hopefully I'll get going pretty good on this build. Because once I get it, the forge done, I'm gonna forge my first knife out of it, and I'll bring you guys along with that also. But we got a ways to go with this. It may take me a couple weeks to get it done, but we'll get it done if we just steadily work on it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I hope it was informative for you, and I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope you have a blessed night today.